Hello there and welcome to this episode of Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. I'm Alan Waddell and joined as always by the head baseball coach of your Southeastern Lions, Coach Matt Reiser. And Coach, a very productive week for your club, a perfect 4-0 week. You go on the road, you knock off Jackson State, then you sweep Texas A&M Corpus Christi in a Thursday, Friday, Saturday weekend. Matt, your team's playing very well right now. 12 in a row, a Southeastern baseball history mark, that's unbelievable for your club.
It's just been one game at a time. It's cliche as it seems. One pitch at a time, one game at a time. I actually got asked the question this past weekend by Coach Malone, who we got next weekend in conference play, and I honestly could not tell him. He said, "Man, you really are just a game-by-game guy, aren't you?" I said, "Well, that's the only thing you can do. There's no point in looking ahead. There's no point in looking backwards. We've learned from the past. I think we had a chance to obviously extend this streak a little bit more. There's some losses in there that we had that were late in ball games, but we've got that bullpen figured out, and obviously I think that's starting to show here on the back end."
Matt, you're starting off Southland Conference play 9-0. You have a 2-game lead here through 3 conference weekends. A stat that was brought to my attention, I didn't realize how dominant your club has been against Southland Conference play. Won 25 of your last 26 conference games. Your team has really been laser focused on the weekend in those league games.
It goes back to what we talk about. In order to win championships, you got to sweep. You got to sweep the weekend. When you have the opportunity to sweep, you got to take advantage of it. And then on the back end, though, when you're not playing well, you can't get swept if the opportunity arises. And I think you saw that earlier in the year. We had Troy. We were down 2-0. We treat those non-conference weekends just like a conference weekend. We do a good job getting the win there on Sunday, and then also, once we got into conference play, we got some things fixed up there, and we've had the opportunity to sweep. The only way to sweep is to win Friday night. After Friday, the only way to sweep is to win Saturday. After Saturday, it's time to finish business and finish off that thing like Game 3. And the young men have done a good job so far through the first 3 weekends.
The Lions actually opened their week on the road at Jackson State. Here's the box score. Lions remain on the road and knock off Jackson State 12-8. Good offensive performance for your club, Matt, as you keep it rolling.
Yeah, never an easy place to go in and play, and I thought we did a good job of keeping the streak going.
Matt, that was the 9th win in a row there against Jackson State for your club, and certainly nice to go up there and get a victory. Yeah,
it's never an easy place to play. We've done the home and home there with Jackson State for a long time, as long as I can remember, and they do a good job of the program. You're talking about a regional program from 2 years ago that went into ULL. It was a national seed and beat them Game 1. When they roll their guys out, they have a chance to beat you, and they did. They rolled their Friday guy out, Saturday guy out, Sunday guy out, setup guy, closer, and tried everything they could to do to hold that offense down. But I thought we did a good job staying relentless. They swung the bats extremely well, had 18 hits on the night. But anytime you get out of Jackson State with a win on the road in an environment like they have, it's a great win.
All right, well, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the highlights from the weekend as the Lions welcomed in Texas A&M Corpus Christi to the Pat, right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill.
Welcome to Buddy's Bar and Grill, located at 1236 South Morrison Boulevard in Hammond. Buddy's is home to great steaks, fresh seafood, and friendly service. Buddy's has been voted the best steakhouse and best restaurant in Tangipahoa Parish. With over 2,500 square feet and 3 large dining rooms, Buddy's can accommodate any party. Buddy's goal has always been to wow customers with their food and prices. Owner Scott Henderson and his family have always believed in giving customers good deals for their hard-earned money. Stop by Buddy's Bar and Grill for dinner and a drink. For more information on Buddy's, please visit buddyshammond.com.
This is the time. This is Ford Truck Month.
Let me hear you say truck. Yeah, let's crank it on up. Yeah.
Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck, and with over 25 million sold in the past 39 years, no wonder it's the #1 choice in the hardest-working industries out there. This is the place. This is Ford Truck Month. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 cash back on F-150.
Truck, yeah!
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill. The Lions would welcome in Texas A&M Corpus Christi on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series because of the Easter weekend. Let's check out the Thursday night highlights against the Islanders. Thursday night, Miss Southeastern throwing out the first pitch as you welcome in Texas A&M Corpus Christi to the Pat.
Yeah, big weekend series for us, and they always play us tough. You see right here out the chute, first pitch of the ball game, looks like he might have got a hold of it, and Webb Bobo, I tell you what, obviously a young man swinging a heck of a bat, but he's been playing a heck of a defense out there as well, out in the outfield, in left and right.
Sedetall has been so good on opening games of the series. This was a Thursday night game for the holiday, but once again continued his dominance.
Yeah, again, you run that guy out on Friday night or game one, so to speak, and you're pretty confident in that cat when he runs out there on that bump of getting that win. And he did a nice job from the get-go. That first pitch might get hit a little bit hard, but settled right in, got the punch out and the ground out, and allow our offense to go right back to work. You see Jacob Seward doing a good job here. He's been struggling a little bit from a hit standpoint, but, as a leadoff guy and a mature hitter, he does a good job of, still getting on base. Because if he can get on base in front of this young man here, Jameson Fisher, if there's a hotter hitter in the country right now, I'd love to see him, because this young man is absolutely scorching the baseball right now. You see the double he lays there to right field.
Seems like he's barreling everything up, and also mid-yet. He's certainly getting it going as well. That ball was caught, but it's a productive out.
Yeah, and again, like we talked about all weekend, had our productive outs and hard outs. Barrel the ball up there to right field. Unfortunately, we get doubled off at third base on a bad call. As you can see, I'm over there arguing a little bit. But we do get the run scored there to make it 1-0, which would stay that way for a while. There's a nice defensive play there in the middle, the 4-6-3 double play. And I tell you, if there's one thing that's really improved over this stretch, has been our defensive play. We've done a fantastic job of really eliminating mistakes and really showing the defense that we really are.
Carson Kreitz splits the gap there for a double offensively.
I thought Carson swung a good bat this night as well. Did a good job getting his fastballs, and I thought this was a pretty good play as well. Again, nothing to show here for it, but Chris Eads absolutely crushes the change up there in the deep left center field gap. Unfortunately, doesn't get out. But again, we talked about the defensive play. You see the sack bunt here. We actually had a play earlier in the game. We actually got the guy out second. We do a good job just taking the out, eliminating the big inning, and you see Kyle Sedetall. Anytime they're going to give you out, might as well take it, because you're not going to get a whole lot of hits off that young man.
It is a cutter.
Very nice pitch. Did a good job there. You see, again, people keep asking what's the key to success for that young man, and it's been his command. He's commanded everything he wanted to, where he wants to. You can see him going away. You can see him going in with his cutter. He's going away with a changeup. He ran some fastballs in this night. They did a good job of trying to stay on some balls the other way, and we did a fantastic job of just moving the baseball around. Webb Bobo here in a full count. This is, again, 2 outs, nobody on base. Mid-yet gets the walk. Bobo comes up. This is where this lineup is so dangerous. The young man thinks he's out of the inning. We draw a walk. The next thing you know, you look up, and Webb Bobo's hitting one out of the ballpark to make it 3-1.
That ball was absolutely crushed. I think it smoked a car out there behind right field. And that would really be all you needed offensively in this one, as your pitching staff was so good. You can see it's 3-1 late in the ball game here against Corpus Christi.
Yeah, again, anytime you get that lead for Kyle, especially late in the ball game, again, another great defensive play. Like we talked about, anytime he gets that lead, you feel pretty comfortable about it, especially with the young man you'll bring here in the 9th inning. I think that's where we've done a good job. We found the identity of our bullpen, the pieces we have in the bullpen, who we're going to, and what situations, and where we've actually solidified a lot of these close games late now, as opposed to where we were losing a couple of those early in the year.
Kyle remains one of the nation's leaders in innings pitched, has had another strong one.
And, obviously I don't think it's an easy play either. Well, Brendan Bro does a fantastic job attacking the baseball there. He gets the big hop, putting the young man out at first base, and Lions win Friday night.
Lions win the ball game, continue the winning streak, as they also move to 7-0 in Southland Conference play. 3-1. It was a tight game. The home run by Webb Bobo was the deciding hit. Kyle Sedetall, once again, masterful. 8 innings, 8 punch-outs on the night. Matt, it's always good to get that first victory of the series, and Kyle Sedetall and then Webb Bobo with the big hit late in the ball game.
Yeah, I thought we did a fantastic job again. Anytime you run Kyle out on Friday night, you're going to have a low-scoring ball game, a chance to win, and I thought our offense did a good job of taking the opportunities we had. 2 outs, nobody on base, mid-yet gets the walk. Webb Bobo crushed one there in the deep right field, and we get the lead there. And defensively, I thought we played outstanding defensively all night long.
Lions would go back in action on Friday night against A&M Corpus Christi. Let's check out those Game 2 highlights as the Lions look to take the series. Back at it on Friday night, Game 2 of the series because of the Easter holiday. And you see the first pitch there thrown out, but The story of this game would be this young man as Mac Soroller was outstanding on the mound.
He really was. You know, I also challenged him last week, and you said it best off the air. And you did something right by challenging him, and that's it. You know, we've done a good job of answering the bell all year long. Some tough losses, some individuals have had some tough moments, but this young man was absolutely special here on Friday night.
You can see the big breaking ball. He'd have it going all night long. And these are the type of performances you expected out of him. He had such a good freshman campaign. Maybe it took him a little while to get adjusted to pitching on the weekend, but, man, he was outstanding. We'll see the highlights as we continue to go through. But offensively, getting something going here early on.
Yeah, we really are. And this was their bullet. They saved their Friday guy for game 2. They didn't move him up for the Easter break. Just they kept him in the same rotation that week break. And we did a good job. We executed the hit and run there with Seward and get the guys first and second. We get another base knocked out of left field by Brennan Bro. And again, this is an out, but it's a productive out. We get the ground out to first base, and we take that 1-0 lead, which was huge to get that lead, especially with the way Mac was throwing.
You can see here, nice job staying in there by Webb Bobo as getting the RBI, hit by a pitch, but their pitcher was probably, what, 6'6"? I mean, big, tall, left-handed pitcher, a weird arm angle. Yep. Maybe took us a little while to figure him out, but did get on him later in the ballgame. Yeah,
it really did. You know, and again, you see how we scored both runs there. Very productive at bats. Webb does a good job taking HVP, and we score the run there with the bases loaded to make it 2-0. And that would be all that this, again, that would be a defensive play. This would be all that Mac would need. He absolutely cruised this game. I don't think he ever hit his moment in this game where Mac usually hit a moment, and usually most pitchers do, where they've got to kind of dig down deep and find a second win, so to speak. Mac cruises through this thing to 8 innings of baseball.
Saw those back-to-back good plays by Brennan Bro at shortstop, and he really had the breaking ball working on Friday night.
He did, you know, and it complements off his fastball. The fastball had a ton of life to it. He located it, and so then he was able to dump the breaking ball in there for a lot of strikeouts. And again, here we go talking about Jacob Seward. You know, you saw the hit there a little while ago by him, but does a good job of working a walk there. Brennan Bro, same thing. When you get these guys on base in front of Fisher, it really makes that lineup tough to go through 3, 4, 5 with Fisher, Mid-Yet, and obviously Bobo there on the back end. And they finally,
surprise.
There it is. Finally, they have to pitch to him. You know, they had a plan, and their plan was not to pitch to Fisher all weekend. He took his walks. He had intentionally walked a few times, but the one time they had to pitch to him, you see the big 2-out or the big 2-run double there down the line to make it 4-0. And again, that's all we would need from that standpoint. Nice play there by Ryan Byers out in left field. A big bullpen moment. Drew Avens comes in, strike three right down the hop of the field of the plate there, and finish off the game. Drew gets the save. Fantastic job of that young man coming in and finishing that game off.
Lions win it. Moved 8-0 in Southland Conference play as they went at 4-0. Max Sorolla was outstanding. Another 8-inning start out of your starters this weekend. 8 punch-outs for Mac. Tremendous back-to-back outings for the showman. Matt, back-to-back outstanding performances by Max Sorolla in this one. He was fantastic with that breaking ball, and you take the series against A&M Corpus Christi.
Yeah, big outing. You know, they saved their Friday guy. They kept him on the rotation. They didn't bump him up like we did with Setitall, so they knew that was their horse going. I think that's why they were a little upset on Game 1, not getting that win. They were a little down because they knew they had their horse going in Game 2 and had a chance to come in and maybe win a series. And we did a fantastic job, run the bases against them, putting us together some at-bats. The young man was extremely good in the wind-up, so when we got him in stretch, we were able to put some pressure on him a little bit. And like you said, the real story of the game, though, was Max Sorolla. What he did there, anytime you don't give up any runs, you're going to win that ball game every time.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights of Game 3 as the Lions would look to sweep on Saturday right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Riser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill.
Lions baseball is supported by Louisiana's First Choice Auto Auction, located in SLU's hometown, Hammond, Louisiana. Louisiana's First Choice Auto Auction is a dealer-only auction.
For more information on Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction or their upcoming charity golf tournament, please visit www.lafcaa.com or visit Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction on Facebook and Twitter.
Your eyesight is so important, and when it comes to your eye care, let the friendly staff at the Bond Roten Eye Clinic care for you. Doctors Hunter Bond and Chris Roten, along with their staff of trained doctors, are committed to providing every patient with quality care. The Bond Roten Eye Clinic has the latest medical technology and eye care to help you, the patient. With over 14 years of experience, the Bond Roten Eye Clinic has 3 locations to serve you, with offices in Denham Springs, Hammond, and Amite. So if it's a checkup, glasses, or LASIK surgery, you need to visit the Bond Roten Eye Clinic. For more information on the clinic, please visit bondroteneyeclinic.com. Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. The Lions would look to sweep the Islanders of Texas A&M Corpus Christi on Saturday in Game 3. Here's the highlights. Here we go, Game 3 on Saturday, the day before Easter, and the theme of the weekend was great pitching, and Dominic Carlini was next up for your club.
I tell you what, they did a good job of battling all weekend. This kind of reminded me of a rotation from last year where Friday night guy goes, he gives up 1 run. Saturday guy goes and gives up no runs, and now Dom's coming out and he would actually make it all the way to the 9th inning and make the longest outing of any of the weekend arms. And again, we just played some tremendous defense. Sam does a good job throwing out Gibson there. Gibson, I think, on the weekend was 10 for 10 until he came in this weekend. We threw him out twice on the weekend. And then our offense gets a chance to go right back to work here. You see Bro taking that leadoff walk. Daniel Midyet comes up, slaps one here in the hole. Again, we talked about how many balls we hit hard right on the screws and had productive outs. Second, third, one out there, infield's back. The only reason we're not in, it's not a base hit there is because actually Fisher did a good job of reading a ball in the dirt, and they were able to slide that guy over in the hole. But really, it was impressive the way we handled our at-bats all weekend. Didn't have a ton to show for it, but also the way our staff was throwing. You see, you could catch the pop up there on the sack bunt. The way we play defense, we wouldn't need a whole lot of offense for run production, so to speak.
Bro makes the play there behind second base and steps on as Carlini got out of a jam, one of his few jams of the day. There's a big punch out.
Yeah, it really was. And, again, didn't hit any trouble until late in the ball game. And we do a good job here with 2 outs. Brennan Bro splits one here in the gap. Big 2-out knock, triple in the right center field gap. And we finally get one of these hard-hit balls to get in there as we take the lead there 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th.
All these games were very competitive. They were very tight for most of the ball games, but your club just seemed to make the play when they had to.
Yeah, we really did, and we made our breaks. As you can see here, a fantastic job with 2 outs. The intentional walk Fisher to bring up Midyet. Midyet greets the new pitcher with a base knock up the middle, scores 1, and Fisher goes first to third right in the center fielder's face, throws in the dugout, and we also end up getting the extra run there to make it 4-0. And lo and behold, the next inning that comes up is Gibson. We do a good job of punching him out and kind of picking on him a little bit. Carlini did it multiple ways. You saw him do it there with a fastball up, and we did it with a changeup down. And again, here we talk about production. Julian Service leads it off with a single up the middle. He steals second, steals third. The catcher throws it out in left field, and that's a pretty productive run there. About doing yourself there, make it 5-0, and that's all Dom would need. Again, talking about matching performances, tick for tack, pitch for pitch. We try to send him out for the 9th. He walks the leadoff guy, so we bring in Peyton Robinson. He's a little gassed, and P-Rod does a fantastic job of closing this thing out for the weekend.
So a lot of your starters on the weekend go 8+, and the Lions win this one 5-0 in 3 games. Only gave up 1 run against A&M Corpus Christi. Dominic Carlini improves to 3-0. Another fantastic outing for the left-hander. Matt, big sweep this weekend. Obviously, your pitching staff was outstanding, and it continued on Sunday.
Yeah, again, we talked about a little bit in the highlights how fun it's watched. Setitall goes out, sets the tone on Friday. Mac tries to beat him on Saturday and outdo him, and then obviously Dom tries to outdo him there on Sunday. The 1-2-3 matchup kind of reminds us of that rotation from last year, and that's a good club. There's some nice pieces in that club. They've got some really good arms, some really good freshman arms that they're going to make a lot of noise in a couple years. And I thought that they always play us tough. They play the right way. Coach Malone does a good job of getting those guys to play hard. Even when we were up 5-0, they're running 41s and 42s down the first base there in the 9th inning. So it was a great weekend sweep, especially going into Easter.
Matt, that's 12 in a row for your club. That's a school record for Southeastern baseball. At one point in the year, you were 6-6. Now you're 18-6. You've run off 12 in a row. As we look up at the Southland Conference standings, right now you're at 9-0 in the conference. Lamar's 2 games out at 7-2. A lot of other teams right there in the mix. So certainly a little bit of a cushion right now, but not a whole lot of room. We got a lot of baseball to play.
There is, and that's the biggest thing I keep telling the guys. Yes, we've got the winning streak going. You can't win 14 now unless you win 13. So let's not look ahead to Alcorn on Wednesday night. Let's look, at the next ball game with Southern and do a good job of just taking this thing one game at a time. The biggest thing for us we have to do is stay short-sighted with this. And in the conference play, yes, we're at 9-0, but again, like you said, it's early. I've seen a lot of teams get out to hot starts and not win this thing. I've seen get some teams, ourselves included, not get off to very well starts and obviously finish there at the top at the end of the year. So a lot of baseball left to be played, but obviously I think we're going in the right direction as we speak.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at our Lion profile of the week and also our scouting report for this weekend right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Riser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill.
Welcome to Buddy's Bar and Grill, located at 1236 South Morrison Boulevard in Hammond. Buddy's is home to great steaks, fresh seafood, and friendly service. Buddy's has been voted the best steakhouse and best restaurant in Tangipahoa Parish. With over 2,500 square feet and 3 large dining rooms, Buddy's can accommodate any party. Buddy's goal has always been to wow customers with their food and prices. Owner Scott Henderson and his family have always believed in giving customers good deals for their hard-earned money. Stop by Buddy's Bar and Grill for dinner and a drink. For more information on Buddy's, please visit buddyshammond.com.
This is the time. This is Ford Truck Month.
Let me hear you say truck, yeah, let's crank it on up, yeah.
Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck, and with over 25 million sold in the past 39 years, no wonder it's the #1 choice in the hardest-working industries out there. This is the place. This is Ford Truck Month. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 cash back on F-150.
Truck, yeah.
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Riser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. It's now time to take a look at our Lion profile of the week, and this week we're going to take a look at senior catcher Chris Eads. It's safe to say pitchers and hitters get most of the glory on a baseball team, but what is often overlooked is that the catcher is the most important position on the field. The catcher calls the game with the help of the coaching staff, and the catcher is responsible for making sure the defense alignment is set, and he has to set up and locate each pitch.
Every inning when I come in, all the guys are telling me, way to work, keep going after it. And the biggest thing is, we got everybody pulls for each other. So, there's a lot of times where the coaches after every game, tell me, good job, way to handle the pitching staff. And that's my job. Like right now, I'm not swinging a hot stick. I'm not doing very well offensively, but if I can't help in that category, I'm gonna be the best I can behind the plate. So I just try to get the guys dialed in and try to keep them living down in the zone and just really pound the strike zone and work ahead so we can get this thing going.
Chris Eads has started 15 games behind the dish for the 2016 Lions so far, and according to the coaching staff, Chris has done an amazing job with the weekend staff.
What I get to see from our staff is just that, like a lot of people don't see, is that they all pull for each other. They try to make each other better. So like during the week, preparing for a start, settle, get some advice from other pitchers, and really they work hard. They go out there and run every day and throw and do their bullpens, and they take it like game-like seriously. So when they get in the mound, they're prepared. At practice, they do everything full speed. They do it the right way. We don't take any shortcuts. We just go out there and try to get better every day. And
the Slidell native started 49 games in 2015 behind the dish. Chris hit .262 on the year, but his most impressive feat was helping the pitching staff compile an impressive 2.78 ERA. Chris was called on to catch more games than the coaching staff would have liked due to some key injuries at the catcher position. But Chris was up to the challenge, even catching an 18-inning doubleheader at Houston Baptist, a true gutty performance by then junior catcher.
The biggest thing last year would help me, I'll be honest, would help me the most with catching 50 games and having no problem with it was just really in JUCO ball. JUCO ball, we played 60-something games. In my sophomore year in JUCO, I caught every single one of them. So I knew coming in that, unfortunately, I didn't know what was going to happen with Fisher and Sambo. I thought that we were all three going to be back there. And like now, for example, all three of us are back. We got 3 catchers that could catch on an everyday basis.
Baseball and athletics in general are very key in the Eads family. His mother, Marion, played basketball at Southeastern, and his late father played in the Cincinnati Reds organization. And his brother, Ryan, is currently working his way through the Minnesota Twins organization.
The biggest thing is that, I got to give my mom the most credit. My dad passed away when I was 9, so I really didn't have like a father-like figure, but my brother did a good job stepping up. I talk to him every night, and I talk to my mom every night. I don't get to see my brother for like 6 months because he's off with pro ball, but we talk every night. He asks me how it's going, tells me not to worry about it if I'm in a slump. The only way to get out of it is to keep swinging. He just always persuades me to be the best. Don't be average because somebody else is working just as hard as you. And
Matt, Chris Eads, a guy that he has been so good behind the plate. You know, we want to talk about the pitching staff, and obviously they deserve a lot of credit, but this young man has caught a majority of the games, and he does such a good job controlling that pitching staff.
Yeah, he really is a leader. You know, offensively, he's not having the year he wants to, but we told him from the get-go, it's not going to be about your offense, be what you do defensively, and that young man has cut his behind off, man. I mean, just looking at what he's done back there as a backstop, catching 3 or 4 games in a row, you know, we literally won't take him out of the lineup because what he's doing as a defender and what he's doing controlling the game. He's the one guy on the field that sees the whole field. Obviously, he controls the pitching staff, but he controls the defense as well. And the calm and leadership the young man has out there has done a fantastic job of leading this bunch to an 18-6 start.
All right, Matt, let's talk about the scouting report for this weekend, as it's the annual split series with the Nicholls State Colonels. It'll open up Friday night here, Saturday down in Thibodaux, and then Sunday back here in Hammond. But always a good matchup whenever the Colonels and the Lions get together. It doesn't matter what you're playing.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. You know, if you look back 8 years ago when we first got in the league, when I first got in this league, when we were playing Nicholls, you know, they were kind of the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, and it didn't matter. They'd have 10 wins on the year, we'd have 35 wins on the year, and every ball game would be tight as could be. To the last few years, you know, obviously we're battling for 1-2 in the conference the last couple of years, and what Coach Tibbs done down there has been nothing short of a miracle. The way he's gotten that ball club and transformed them into a championship ball club year in, year out. So they're not off to the start they want to be right now, but we know that we're going to get their A game. You know, that they're going to play the best baseball they'll play all year long against us, and it's always a fun, heated rivalry.
Matt, the following week, in the midweek, you're going to take on the Tulane Green Wave. You go down there to Turchin Stadium in New Orleans. You got them earlier in the year, looking to sweep the season series.
Yeah, and again, a club that really, after we made that little push and we got that win there and blew them out of our place, we've been playing well lately. They come off a series sweep from this past weekend against Illinois State, but went over to Texas and took a series from Texas at their home ballpark, which is never easy to do no matter what year it is for them. And really has had some quality non-conference wins there since the last time we played.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you at the ballpark this weekend as the Lions take on Nicholls State on Friday at Sunday at the Pat, and then Saturday down in Thibodaux. So for Coach Matt Reiser, I'm Alan Waddell. We'll see you next week right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill.